Good morning, lovely people. How are you today? I hope you're well. Welcome to Mel's Mindful Musings. Feels very calm today. I don't know why. Feels beautifully and quiet here. And I found myself thinking, as I was looking at what inspired me today, and it was the word self-acceptance. And that can be a toughie, can't it? And I know I've spoken about it before, but what this brought to mind this time was a conversation at a dinner table many years ago. I went to somebody's house for dinner and they had some other guests there. And the conversation was around the latest dishwasher and who had what dishwasher and the latest satellite dish, etc. And I sat and listened, and I realized that they were literally competing for who had the biggest and the best, and that somehow gave them status. And then one of them asked me where I lived, and I told them, and it wasn't where I am now. And they looked at me and said, "Oh, well, I suppose someone has to live there." And I remember I started laughing, and I always do when people are so outrageously rude. But I then found myself feeling a bit sorry for them, because their whole life was, and their whole sense of self was based on where they lived, the house they were in, the gadgets they had, the car they drove. And so that's what sort of came to mind of, what masks do you wear? Sometimes I see people with such a mask of makeup on, perhaps, of trying to fit in, to try and look like everybody else, rather than enhancing the beauty that they have within or without, and enhancing who they are with their individuality. This need to have what everyone's got, to look like everyone else. And I caught a very scary TV program about women in somewhere, Hollywood, I think, or something. And I was mesmerized because, again, I thought they all look the same. They'd all had the same procedures. And yet each one was so individually lovely if they'd let that shine through. So I thought it's a good thing to sometimes reflect and ask the question, who am I? Who is my authentic self? Who am I without the labels of mother, sister, child, eldest, youngest, parent, the job we do, where the status is so important, and who am I without being called doctor, professor, Mr., Mrs. When all these are stripped away, without our houses or cars, or if that's what you feel gives you some status, it gives you an idea of who you are, the question that comes to mind is, who are you without all of that? Who are you just standing as you? What is in your soul? Who is your authentic self, and do you like them? And that, to me, is the journey of self-acceptance. Looking in the mirror, and if you feel you can't reach the words "I love you" as you look at yourself, try "I like you." Those are different. And see what emotions come up. And if you find you're repelled by saying that, and your stomach churns, then that is a huge indication that there is space for healing to be done. Because we also sometimes feel that we're good, I've got it all sorted. But then we try and make everyone the same as us, rather than us maybe trying to look like them, or be like them, or match what they have, or whatever that is. It's moving away from who we are. So either way, if we're trying to get people, we're back to that self-righteous, I'm right, you're wrong. Either way is not really accepting who you are, because when you accept yourself, you don't need people to be like you, and you don't need to be like anyone else. And that to me is a lifelong journey that we're all on. So you might want to try that. Look in the mirror. If you can, say I love you. See what emotions come up in your solar plexus. And that might be something that's worth looking at. And maybe there's some healing to be done there, a journey to start. So I wish you all a wonderful day, and I will see you soon. Bye.